Hey, welcome back to the EVs YouTube channel. Unfortunately, this is my last ever review here in Vancouver for EVs, but more on that later because I have the most exciting new wheel, the NOSFET Apex. Let's give this thing a go. It is going to be the most anticipated wheel for many people, and I can't wait to review it for you.
All right, the thing is here. Some assembly required, but that's okay. Got the batteries, they just arrived. Oh yeah, stickers. Got some foam. Oh, hell yeah. Let's get this bad boy out of here. Got the handle pieces. Damn, these handles are dense. Yeah, I saw a lot of people worrying about this being too thin, but like, here, feel this.
Oh man. Seems solid.
Yeah, I think this is gonna hold up in a crash really well. I like that these handle bits are actually literally the same piece, just with the tail light added in the back one. That way, if one breaks, don't have to worry about which one you replace because they're the same piece. But I just wanted to say this is like the best EUC user manual I've ever seen. It has a table of contents. It's insane. Oh, I like how narrow these pedals are. Some big ass spikes too. Hope they actually grip.
I can already tell, and I'm no word of a lie, with like 15 seconds on this thing, this will be the best suspension any EUC ever made, hands down. It was so smooth going through that, and it's only medium, you set it to medium height, Gabe?
Yeah, medium height.
It's so good. Wow. Wow. Like, did you notice the same thing when you, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, when you take all the mistakes you made from the S22, but like also the benefit, like that suspension was pretty good for the most part, except for the sliders, but and you just improve on it and improvement on it. It's so innovative. They really did a good job with this thing. Just the way you adjust it alone, and the gear is very, very cool. Oh no. Oh, I also want to say, and this is completely subjective, of course, this is one of the sexiest wheels I've ever seen. I'm really impressed. It's got the veteran vibes, but just kind of sci-fi, cyberpunk kind of look to it. I really, really dig the look. Not that that matters that much. And Jack actually messaged me a while back, and we had a video call about a wheel he wanted to develop, and he's asked me, if you could have one wheel, what would you want in it? So I gave him feedback, and I knew this wheel was under development, and then I completely forgot about it. And then I get a surprise call from Jack, and he's like, all right, the Apex is ready to go. We're gonna ship you one. He's like, wait, what? Tell me about it. Tell me more about it. So it's really cool that his dream has become a reality. And what better person, someone who reviews these things, to actually be hands-on with the design. So I really think Jack's gonna knock this wheel out of the park. It feels like really good quality, especially when you know a lot of the parts are made by veteran Leaper Kim. I mean, what more could you ask for? Could it be, dare I say, the perfect wheel? Well, it doesn't have a trolley handle, so no, it's not. But I'm sure someone will make some trolley handle extension or something like that. We're gonna go to the jump park. We got Gabe, we got Kingston. I don't know if you know who Kingston is, but in Vancouver you would. He's one of the best riders in town, next to Gabe, of course. And he's gonna hit some jumps, and he weighs like 100 pounds or 90 pounds or something. So he just flies in the air on the UC. And he's also one of our repair techs, working 1 day a week. So yeah. Anyways, that's my my Kingston plug. Maneuverability. It's the Kenda to tire on everything. I think like the Sherman Max, the Sherman S. I've always liked this tire. It's easy to lean on, easy to lean into your turns. That's no different here. Gabe had this thing set up to the highest suspension level in the store when I first got on it, and it didn't even feel top heavy, which I was thinking it should have. So I thought that was surprising, and it doesn't. Now we're in medium mode. These guys probably will quickly adjust it on the fly because he can. Oh baby, it's so smooth. It accelerates so smooth. That was effortless acceleration. So what's the acceleration assist on right now?
100.
100?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This might be just like one of the coolest features in any UC. You can adjust the suspension height and travel. Right now I have it in a bit of a medium setup, but I'm gonna bring it down to like the lowest setting for Bradley. It'll be like a super stable street cruising mode. So, and it's this easy. You just back out these screws, pull these little levers up, bam, and it drops right down, and then just re-engage the levers, and then you screw it in, and suddenly it's like a completely new wheel.
It looks so much smaller.
Yeah, look how nice and low it is, and it's just very stable due to the low height. Yeah, I'll get Brad on it and see how he likes it.
You know what? It's kind of nice. It doesn't have much travel, but it's so stable. Cool. Get that lowrider reference? I don't know if you know that song, Gabe. Make sure you put it in there.
Yeah. What do you think?
That's awesome. I like it. It's really cool. Like, it's way more stable, of course, when you're riding low like that. But you get like that much travel.
But I think like what gets me is just the effortlessness of the adjustment.
Oh, the fact that you can do that, and maybe you're riding a lot of street and you don't need, or you're on the racetrack and you don't need a ton of suspension. Well, you can lower it, and it just kind of makes it that one wheel that does it all.
And just like with no tools too. Yeah. You just do it on the fly.
What did you call it? The Swiss Army knife of VUCs?
So these clamps just like raise the gears. But when the gears are in place, these levers aren't in any tension. And a lot of people were worried about these screws coming loose, but well, A, they have like a rubber gasket there, but B, they're not actually like holding anything in tension, right? Other than this just rattling around. And this is loose too. It takes a lot to actually release the gears. These have to come all the way up, and the gears are already in tension, or forces are being applied. So there's really no chance of that coming loose while you're riding. And now you can enjoy the full suspension travel. It's insane. Like, right over this bump, I feel nothing, and now it's just so insanely smooth and cushy. It's like a completely different wheel.
Now as high as it goes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even feel it. It's the best suspension. It really, really is. It's by far the best suspension I've ever felt. I don't know if you can get much better than this. Nothing. It's like butter. It's like butter. Choo.
this is the wheel that I've had the most hype for lately. And that's saying something because so many new wheels have been releasing. Begode Blitz, ET Max, X-Way, whatever King Song's been cooking up. And I don't know, none of those wheels really excited me as much as this. And I think that's just because, well, hey, when I first heard that it was using Librachem parts, Librachem firmware, I mean, like, I love the Lynx. Come on. This is just a Lynx with a fancy suspension. And then B, the suspension, that adjustment feature. I like on paper, and when I saw the video of Jack adjusting it, doing the tutorial, I was very intrigued. And then doing it in person just lived up to every expectation I had. It's a game changer. Just how easy it is and how robust the mechanism looks. Now, I know a lot of people are questioning the durability, and you know what? We won't know until we've ridden this wheel for a few thousand kilometers. It's been in the user's hands, beaten the crap out of, but I think it'll last a long time. There was a lot of thought put into this wheel. You can tell just by looking at it, and then once you get on it, it really feels like a refined product. And of course, they're building this on the backs of giants. Librachem is already known for their build quality, reliability, all the good stuff. And I think you can definitely tell this is a wheel made with people's wants in mind, and I want it. You know, firmware-wise, it's based on Lynx firmware, but they definitely tuned and tweaked some things. It feels a lot more firm. I'd say in the firmness, it's a lot closer to Begode. Even with the noodle mode, I have it on 100% assist and around 20% pedal softness. But even that is a lot firmer than Librachem. None of the weird dipping you get when you're going around a berm. It feels a lot more consistent and predictable in that way, which I'm very happy about. Now, I've yet to test this in the night. I'll put in some footage, but I'm curious as to see how much of the slow dip this wheel has, because that's something that Librachem firmware kind of struggles with. A lot of people don't like it, is Librachem wheels kind of slow dip forward when you accelerate and take a while to get back to center. Curious to see if this wheel does it at all. Otherwise, yeah, it feels amazing. You just need to get on it. And oh yeah, this front handle is nice to grab. Not so much with both hands, but kind of a single-handed grab. That's really nice. Ergonomically, this wheel is amazing. And I think the look reflects that. It's a very ergonomic looking wheel, and it's a very ergonomic feeling wheel. As per the intended design, this front handlebar doesn't catch on your knees when you're accelerating. And like, I like to run power knobs. I need nothing to be in the way of my knees because my knees do come in front of the wheel. And these don't get in the way the Lynx handle does. Alrighty, getting to the jump park. I'm excited. Kind of sad that all the big jumps are closed because the city flooded a couple of days ago, but we'll still get a little bit of airtime, the smaller ones. Yeah, so these pedals are also an improvement. You know, still, they're not like proper spikes. They're still cast nubs, but I think these nubs are a lot taller and a lot thinner than the nubs on the Lynx pedals,
yeah, they're
making
so much
them
better.
a lot grippier. Yeah, so I was really worried about that. A lot of people are. Don't worry anymore. These pedals are grippy. They work. Let's hit some jumps. So, where do you want to start? What are your thoughts on the Apex?
The suspension is very nice, very cushy.
Yeah,
very cushy suspension.
It was, you know, I knew it was really good. Like when I first tried it, it just blew me away. Just having that much travel and like having the suspension operate as smoothly as it does.
Wow.
Because I've ridden wheels with a lot of travel before, like the Extreme or the S22. But this just takes smoothness to a whole new level. but I don't think I fully appreciated it until I hopped back on my Lynx and did the same jumps. And like, the Lynx's suspension is good, but going from the Apex to the Lynx, it almost felt like there wasn't suspension at all. It was rough, it was rough. Like every landing was a hit, whereas with this, it's just like you're on a cloud. Now, like, the downside, we have noticed one difference that it takes a bit getting used to, is because there's so much travel and movement.
It doesn't pop as much when you're jumping, so it kind of feels heavier, but it's not that big of an issue. You just have to focus more on your speed.
Yeah. But otherwise, it's a game changer. I want this wheel.
Me too.
You too?
Yeah. When I overshot that last jump there, or on that side, I went so far and I didn't even bottom out. I was like, did I even go far at all?
Yeah.
It's like the travel just keeps going. Like, it just goes forever. You like using acceleration assist on the jumps, right?
A little bit. Like, I don't like turning it all the way down to 0. I like having my acceleration assist at like around 50% for the jumps. And I think it just adds to like a little bit of the cushiness. But I know like you like it off,
I like it completely stiff because I don't like it when it dips in the jumps, right?
What makes me like this wheel is that it already exists in the same ecosystem of my favorite wheel, the Lynx. Just the same firmware, motor, ride feel, and everything. So it's just got that consistency of something that I already like, with the innovative new suspension system that just feels great and just has that adjustability. So the combination of like adjusting the ride feel with acceleration assist, pedal hardness, and then add that with the insanely adjustable suspension system, I think it's fair to call this the Swiss Army knife of wheels. Yeah. Swiss Army wheel. Hashtag Swiss Army wheel. Yeah.
Better handles? What do you think of the handles?
Yeah, I think better stock handles, because
they don't get in the way.
Because like you get both the upper and lower grabbing points. You're gonna have to get the Grizzly kit to get like the lower grabbing point on the Lynx, but this just really helps me like lift it into my car.
They really thought of everything, I feel. Like,
yeah. Thought of everything. What else? Also, you've got just like small innovations like this kickstand that kind of has 2 positions that like you can hinge away to just get out of the way if you're doing like steep drops and stuff, or if it hits something, it moves up there. You got this breakaway mudguard piece, like this. If this gets hit, this will break instead of like your entire mudguard, so you don't have to replace the entire thing like you would on the Lynx. Yeah, it's really just a wheel that a ton of thought was put into. Yeah, they really didn't have to go all out on thinking of things, but they did. So I think it really does, in my opinion, make up for the fact that it doesn't have a trolley handle. I know that's a huge gripe for a lot of people, but I think everything great about this wheel outweighs that one missing thing.
For what this wheel is like designed for, you don't need a trolley handle or any of that.
Yeah, exactly. Like what they say is true. I know a lot of people don't like that or don't agree with it. Wheels have to have a trolley handle. But like, yeah, really for what this thing's designed for, you're not going to be walking it around. You're going to be riding it. You know, I think maybe this is just because I'm short, but I haven't complained about the lack of a trolley handle yet, because this back handle is just so amazing to push it around with. It really doesn't bother me not having trolley handle.
Yeah.
And more money for the accessory makers.
Yeah, it's more money for the accessory makers. Beto's already working on one, so if you want a trolley handle, just get that, slap it on.
Weren't they working on a seat too, actually?
Yeah, they're working on a seat too. Now, that's like another thing I noticed. I'll roll the footage of me sitting on it earlier, but this linkage, I thought like from the initial images that this would come out and like come up the top. A lot of people also thought that would come up and poke you in the butt if you try to sit on it. But I was seated riding it earlier, and it's kind of fine. The only real pressure point is this back handle, but your butt's kind of resting on that on the back and then over here. And you don't really feel any of this moving around when you're going over bumps while seated, because it comes up to a maximum of around here. So if you want a seated ride for a little bit, that's really not that much of an issue. Also, I'm going to be taking this to an actual trail tomorrow, Burke Mountain. I am super excited to learn what this thing feels like. Yeah, it's going to be epic.
Wow, it's so... The cool thing is, it's 0 pogo stick. And I take the V11 up this and there would be a gong show, but so buttery, so effortless. Wow. Guys, I'm not a hardcore trail rider or new, but this is just It makes the pump track easy. It does the pumping for you. You. All right. One more. So fun. Okay, one more. This is actually the most fun I've ever had on a pump track. All right, just one more. Oh. All right, that's actually it because my legs are dead. It's so buttery, it's so good. I love this thing, man, holy.
So, on the trails here with George and Sil. They're going to try out the Apex for the first time. Oh, I might need to adjust that for you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fit.
Oh my god.
I know. It looks amazing. What do you think? Oh, do not feel a thing. Wow. Smooth. I'm not used to riding without pads.
No, it's
at all.
Way, yeah.
Yeah, almost fell.
Feet too big for my knobs.
That's crazy, dude. This is an amazing wheel. Wow, I think I'm in love. I might just sell my Master Pro. What? How much watt hours?
2,700. So
Wow,
specs wise, it's exactly like the Lynx, but it's got that fancy suspension
that is amazing.
and differently tuned firmware.
Wow.
What were your thoughts?
Good. I want to take it on the trails though. That's where the real test is, not here.
Alrighty.
It is nimble.
It is smooth. Smooth suspension, yeah. I am really surprised on how nimble it is. I love it. Oh wow, it goes over like bumps, so smooth. It does weird things though, it pushes me, tilts me back. I like this stiffness in the pedals, it's just that it brings it back though. Maybe it's just where my foot is placed on the pedal. It feels so freaking nimble. Alright, let's go. Yeah, I am surprised on how nimble it is actually. Yeah. Is it nimble?
Alrighty, so I'm doing a bit of a voiceover because I totally forgot to bring my mic to the trails. But anyway, I think I can confidently say that this is the best trail wheel I've ever ridden. We've all mentioned it before. The suspension absolutely blew us away, but taking it onto an actual technical trail is really where it shines. Just eats up everything. I thought I was fine with just 90 millimeters of travel. I never complained about it, even like trying some other wheels with more travel. I was like, you know what, I'm comfy on the Lynx. I don't think I can ever go back to 90 millimeters of travel after experiencing what the Apex offered. It's like not just the travel, this is the smoothest suspension system I've ever ridden. The stanchions are just another step up in quality compared to anything else there's ever been. Just the way it absorbs everything, it's amazing. I just sound like a broken record, so I will highlight an issue that we've been having with this particular prototype. It does have an issue with its air shock. It is leaking. I pumped it up to 250 PSI before the ride, and at the end of the ride it was down to 100 PSI. So there's definitely something wrong with it. I've talked to Jack about this. He's addressed it. they're going to be putting in custom seals into the shocks moving forward, so none of the production models should have this issue. That being said though, even when the shock ran flat, it still felt like it absorbed all the bumps, still felt really cushy. I mean, you could still definitely feel like the shock was flat, but it's like Sil tried it out after it went flat and he still loved it. So I feel like I give this wheel too much praise, but it right now, from our first few impressions, it absolutely deserves it.
Yeah, I'm fine. The trail just sort of ended. Yeah. Anyway, this is a great opportunity to talk about the performance of the Apex on the trails. I think I have it at like the highest suspension mode right now, and I think it's getting a little bit squirrely on the unstable side. But man, it's so cushy. Like just going over, just the immense confidence you have with all that travel going over every rock. It's great. It's just great. But yeah, there's a little bit of wobbling and lack of control there. So I think I'm gonna drop it down one gear notch. And also I've noticed that when it's at the highest setting, you get a bit of clunking when you top out, which isn't there on any of the other settings. Yeah, watch out guys, this is the pit. Hey, rest is for the weak. Hey fellas. I didn't see that. I was bombing it.
All right, Sil, tell us again how nimble it is.
It is extremely nimble. Get it?
Yeah.
No, it's really nimble. Yeah, it's nimble. It's got good torque, good braking power.
And like, even though the air suspension was like leaking a bit, how did that feel?
It still absorbs everything. I don't know how much air it has. It absorbs everything.
Yeah.
The only problem was the pedals were too low, and I started clipping things. But yeah, it's amazing. Is it lighter than the Extreme? Do you remember?
I'm not sure. I think so.
It feels a lot lighter.
I think it is.
It feels
by
a lot
a few
lighter.
pounds. It's because with all the pads and everything, it's 3 pounds lighter than the Lynx.
Okay, yeah.
I'll pull up some numbers, but yeah.
I love it. I
Love it.
I might get one.
You might get one.
I might get one.
Hey. Yeah, we're all loving the Apex.
Well, here I am. Got to explain myself to you for that bomb I dropped in the beginning. There may have already been rumors going around that you have heard, but one, my wife and I are expecting a baby in January, and that baby is going to be born in Costa Rica. We are moving there November 12th, and we're moving there permanently. We are wanting to live a quieter life, get out of the matrix, if you will, and I just want to make it clear that it does not mean I won't be involved anymore. You know, Jason from eWheels runs eWheels remotely, and I'm going to do the same. I've got a great team that we've established over the last almost 4 years, and I trust them with everything. They're amazing, and they're going to run the show on the ground. And Gabe's going to be the new face of EVs for our YouTube videos. I'm going to try to get wheels in Costa Rica and film me reviewing them there as well. No promises. It depends how much it's going to cost to get them there and whatnot. But I would like to. I think it'd be a lot of fun to, like, I don't know, have cameos in the reviews. But let's be honest, Gabe is a much better rider than I am. He's even more knowledgeable with the tech side of things now, especially he rides so hard. He races, he jumps, and he's the guy to kind of take the next step with the EV's YouTube channel. So you're still gonna see the videos. I know, where's Lucas? Where the heck is Lucas? I don't know. No, Lucas is doing well as well. I might as well address that too. I guess earlier in the year, he started his own company, and that's what he's doing. We're amicable, everything is good there. But I know you guys keep commenting, where's Lucas in the YouTube comments? And you know, it's funny because he added so much personality to the channel, and there's only so much charisma this guy has. So I'm referring to myself, not Gabe. But, and I'm rambling here, so Gabe might cut half of this out. But there you have it. I'm moving to Costa Rica. I'll be back here and there, but we're starting a life there. We're gonna grow our own food. It's kind of crazy because the cost of a 1-bedroom apartment in Vancouver, you can own 2 big houses and a fruit forest farm all on the same property. So that'll be cool. I'm gonna have some wheels there. So if you're ever in Costa Rica or ever want to take a vacation to Costa Rica, hit me up and we can maybe make that happen. My Instagram is @BradFloats. BRADFLOATS. Oh, Gabe just put it in the bottom. So you can follow my adventures there, and we'll see you in the next one. Probably not. That'll be Gabe. Bye, guys.
Hey, it's Bradley from Tread Labs. Today we're going to be doing a CBXR install, and I'm also going to do a range test. Sure.
The heck are you? Okay, first of all, you're naked, but second of all, what the fuck, Lucas? Why are you always naked? It just happens, man.